Ever notice how some people are terrible at keeping up with their email and social media presence, while others are always on top of that game? I'm guilty as charged. As someone that is in that former camp, I have to confess that for the longest time, I thought I was somehow defective and was doing something wrong. Turns out that might not be completely true, though. I started to change my mind when I got introduced to the concept of maker time. Maker time as opposed to manager time. Managers, as the very name implies, are primarily focused on reactively engaging with their environment. The early bird gets the worm, strike while the iron is hot, make hay while the sun shines. Makers, by stark contrast, need to remove themselves from all distractions just to get started, let alone make progress on any given initiative. Creativity cannot be scheduled, only the time and space for it to emerge. Having spent decades in maker mode, I used to feel constantly less than as I had my notifications turned off and rarely read my email. My time blocks were typically 4 to 5 hour chunks of deliberate focus on a single thing. For me, of course, that was writing code. As I've expressed before, coding was only ever one half of the challenge, so a big part of what I did was absorb and understand yet another new domain of knowledge in order to express that domain within the confines of code. When you are constantly dealing with the latest interruption, you never get into that deep dive state of focused being. Yes, you can get great at handling the current hot potato. However, you never get to stay on it long enough to create a real treat. You only pass it on to the next person. Managers are taught that making a decision and moving on quickly as possible is vital. I don't know if one mode is better than the other. I don't know if these are mutually exclusive states of being. I have a suspicion that, as with a lot of presumed opposites, there's actually a continuum of combinations or possibilities anywhere between the two. When it comes to continuums, my belief is that the correct answer as where to be is to be flexible enough to be in the right place at the right time based upon the current context or state of affairs. In other words, to be in manager mode when it makes sense to be in the instant-on reactive world of constant connection and communication, and yet to be able to fully embrace the focus and distraction-free creative world of the maker when something important, significant, or sizable needs to get done. Managers define their minimum time blocks in minutes or at best hours. Makers define their minimum time blocks as parts of days or even whole days. Some only work in weeks, months, or years. Are you in manager mode? Are you in maker mode? Do you ever feel less than and perhaps feel like you might be in the wrong mode for you or what you are trying to accomplish in the current moment? Can you change between modes, or was that die cast long ago? Please feel free to let me know what else you'd like me to discuss by commenting below. As always, here's to your health, your wealth, your well-being, and your happiness.